This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876 309 6128. That's 876 309 6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876 586 0471. That's 876 586 0471.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boyz commentary.
This video is brought to you by Starboy's Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Good morning everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope you all are doing well. My name is Simon Preston and welcome back to Reggae Boyz Commentary. This is the channel where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. It's a Friday. Yep, that's right. It's a Friday, folks. How is everybody doing? How has today been? Well, I hope it has been a peaceful, progressive, relaxing sort of day and that you have a weekend ahead that you will be able to refresh, refuel, and go again come next week. And speaking about next week, it's going to be a week where there is going to be a lot of things happening. Whether later today or the weekend, we'll get some updates in relation to the squads for the games coming up against Trinidad and Tobago. And we'll also be able to plan our head ahead of what lies ahead. And what I want to stress, particularly in this video in particular, is what lies ahead. Now, we are in the most organized period of international football in CONCACAF. The most organized period ever. Remember, we're coming from a time where you'd have teams within the CONCACAF region that would play 2 matches in World Cup qualifying, home and away. And the next time they would play is 2 Caribbean Cup games. And that will be it 2 years later. 4 games in a 4-year cycle. As we know, with the introduction of the CONCACAF Nations League, that has completely changed that completely. So that even teams in the Caribbean that are developing, the Anguilla, the British Virgin Islands, the US Virgin Islands, the Bahamas, the Turks and Caicos, the Cayman Islands, these countries, Montserrat, are getting more games and they're being able to test themselves against other teams within the region as well, teams that they would never normally play due to a lack of finances and due to other challenges that would have presented themselves in the past. Now, it's different. And now we're approaching a very, very, very crucial period of time. And what is that in particular? Well, that is in relation to the organization of the men's national team cycle calendar. From now, we're in 2023, and we're looking all the way up to 2026. And Jamaica, the Reggae Boyz, once they are able to advance to the final of Gold Cups and have deep runs within the Copa America tournament, Jamaica, Reggae Boyz will play, listen to this, 50 games up until November 2025. And you might say, 50 games? Simon, that is a lot of games. Explain that for me. With absolute certainty, I will do that for sure. So, folks, remember, Jamaica plays Trinidad and Tobago 2 games in March, right? And at the end of the month, there's a game against Mexico. So that's 3 games already. All right, April, 1 against Guatemala. So that's 4. You guys counting with me? If you guys need to say, whoa, hold up. Get your pen, get your paper, and track down with me, all right? So we're going 4 matches so far, right? 2 against Trinidad, a Mexico game, and also a game against Guatemala. That's 4 games. 4 games. All right. May, nothing as yet, but we'll see. Could be another FIFA match day organized. So that's 4, right? June. Okay. Let's go to June. All being well, Jamaica gets the better of Mexico and tops the group, and that means that Jamaica will have a semi-final and a final, or a semi-final and a third place playoff. That's 2 games, right? And you add to that as well, Jamaica playing 6 games in the Gold Cup. 3 group stage games, a quarterfinals, a semi-finals, and a final. So what is 8 plus 4? 8 plus 4 equals 12. I hope you guys are following, because 8 plus 4 equals 12. September, October, November. These windows are for the CONCACAF Nations League. September and October, there'll be 2 games in September and 2 games in October. All being well, the Jamaicans get the best in finishing in the top 2 of their group, and they advance to the quarterfinal round, home and away. That is slated for November. That is home and away. And as I said, that is slated for November. Now, that is also 2 matches as well. So, what is 12 plus 6? 18. Can you imagine, folks? Jamaica is going to play 18 matches before 2023 is even done. Jamaica playing 18 matches in a calendar year, that is absolutely unthinkable. But guess what? It's happening. It's happening. And that is why you have to put your brain around what lies ahead and say, wow, this is absolutely incredible. 18 games Jamaica will play in 2023. 18 games. That is absolutely incredible. We're not done there. March 2024. Yeah. 2 games. Could be a semifinal. And then June, 2 more games, bearing in mind whether it's a third place playoff or a final. Now we're looking at, that's right, 22 games. In July 2024, the Copa America. Jamaica plays 3 games in the group stages. That's 25 games. A deeper run, Jamaica could play up to 28 games within the competition. September, October, and November of 2024 means CONCACAF Nations League for qualification to the 2025 edition of the Gold Cup. 28 plus 6 is 34. All right? March 2024, as I made mention, is the start of June 2024, I should say, is the period for World Cup qualifying for the second round, right? Good. March 2025, 2 matches. That takes us to 36, and this is a semifinal and final, or semifinal and third place playoff of the Nations League. June 2025, 2 more games in World Cup qualifying. That's 38. All right? And then July 2025, as we know, it's the Gold Cup. That's right, the Gold Cup. Add 6 games to that, that's 44. And now, September, October, and November of 2025, 2 games in each international window. And that is the final round of World Cup qualifying. 44 plus 6 equals 50. Just let that sink in, folks. 50 games. 50 games between now, March 2023, to November 2025. You know, success that came under Reggae Boyz came from organizing friendlies, organizing these matches in these non-FIFA window periods, ensuring that there was that consistency, ensuring that there was that regularity of playing games and playing against teams. 50 games. 50 games for the Reggae Boyz between now and November of 2025. All being well, if Jamaica advances to the final of the Gold Cups and have deep runs in the Copa America, 50 games. If Jamaica has a group stage exit of the Copa America, that's 47 games. But I hope you guys get the drift of exactly what I'm saying because of this in particular. And if you look at the CONCACAF ecosystem for the next few years, it is jam-packed. Are there any limitations to this? Are there any concerns to this? Well, the reality is that if you want to have friendlies, it is going to have to come outside of the FIFA window if you want to arrange friendly internationals. So the FIFA windows are all locked up and all tied in up until the end of 2025. Now, let's say that Jamaica goes on, for an example, we don't want this to happen. Let's say they go to the Intercontinental Playoffs. The Intercontinental Playoffs, that's March of 2026. The World Cup is June, right? That's 2 more games, or 1, depending on the situation of the rankings at that time. So you could basically say over the next 3 years, our international windows are locked in. There will be games. No more the situation of a FIFA window passes and a game is not arranged or organized. No more of that. The consistency, the efficiency, the organization, the work has been done. And there will be that consistency, that unity, that togetherness. And more games. I'm sure you guys would have done physics. What happens? How can you increase your efficiency with your experimentations? By doing more of it. That's how you increase your efficiency. And by playing more games, Jamaica are able to increase their efficiency as well. So this is absolutely splendid and something that we should all be embracing over the next 3 years from now, because this is a period of time of Jamaican football that is absolutely critical. We're going to need all hands on deck. We're going to need everybody singing from the same hymn sheet as well to ensure that this is a successful experience, that this is one that is filled with happiness, joy, jubilation, and we get Jamaica into an egalitarian state for 2026. Of course, there's a lot of work to be done to ensure that there's success on the field of play. But we know for sure that where matches are concerned, everything is laid out, arranged, and put in a solid manner. Let's hear what you guys have to say. I look forward to it, So let's see what you guys have to say. B. Douglas, good morning. Good morning. How are you? Did they name the squad as yet for the upcoming games? No, as I said at the start of the video, that should be announced either later today or over the weekend. But no, the squad has not been released at this point in time, but they should quite soon. So you can certainly expect some great names by the time that the squad is arranged, though. B. Douglas says it's a great thing they're playing games. That's how the team is going to gel together. Absolutely. That is exactly how the team is going to gel together, because by having those individuals and having these many games, it is going to develop that synergy. It is going to develop that chemistry. And we don't have to be in a situation like we did 2 years ago where players are making their debut in a World Cup qualifier and making 7 changes for a game. Gone are those days. Gone are those days. Timur Meridikin says, good morning, Broji. Good morning, Timur. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well, man. Big up yourself. I hope all is well from your end. Prince Kavon says, blessings, Simon. Hello. How are you doing, boss? Hope you're doing well. How's the family doing? Yeah, do let me know how you guys are doing well. If you guys have any questions in relation to the information that I've dispensed here, do let me know. So, yeah, do let me know how you guys feel about this matter in particular, okay? So just to recap for you guys so that you guys are fully aware of everything, let me just let you know that Jamaica potentially has 50 games over the next 2.5 years, potentially. All being well, Jamaica advances to the Gold Cup finals and have deep runs within the Copa America tournaments. Jamaica is looking at 50 games. If Jamaica goes just to the group stage of Copa America, that's 47 games. Still a mighty lot of games when you're bearing in mind over the next window. And what I like about this, it's in the FIFA windows, you have two games in each window. Only like the Gold Cups and the Copa America, you're playing more games in that window, in that period of time. So yeah, March, there's 3 games in this month in particular. But apart from that, September window, October window, November window later this year for the Nations League, 2. You know what I'm saying? The World Cup qualifying window, it's also going to be 2 games. Not like what we had in the octagonal round where we had 3 games in a window. You guys remember that? Where we started the campaign at the Azteca against Mexico, then took on Panama, then Costa Rica. So not of that nature. That is not something that we're going to expect in this situation in particular. Timur Peterkin says, I'm okay, lost my grandmother yesterday. Condolences to you and your family, Timur Peterkin. Really, really sorry to hear that. I hope and pray that that God gives you the endurance you needed to cope during this difficult period of time. I experienced the same thing 3 weeks ago and just preparing the funeral arrangements for tomorrow. So, wishing you and your family all the endurance and the strength that you need to cope and endure during this difficult period of time. All right. Really, really wishing that to you and your family. All right. Absolutely, it is manageable. I never said that it was not manageable. I said that this is something that we should be embracing. And the reason why I said it should be embracing is because of the opportunities there is to look at new faces, opportunities to get to know CONCACAF a little bit better, the surfaces, because quite naturally, Dwight Spence, teams that we will play in the Nations League, it's highly likely that we will run into them again in either the Gold Cup or even World Cup qualifying as well. So you already know the conditions, you already know the facilities, you already know the players as well. You know that that stadium is a cricket-specific facility, so you know the quality of the grass, and you know exactly what you need to be wary about, and you know about the bumps, and you know about all the cracks and everything of that nature. So hopefully that is able to fine tune for you in that particular. All right. So yeah. Playing 50 games over a 3-year period will be a massive boost to our national program. Absolutely. And just think about it from the perspective of fans. They will be able to get to know the players. In recent times, you've heard, publicly, some fans have said that they want to get to know the players. Some of them go on the field and say, who is that? Who's number 11? Who's number 10? This is a massive, massive opportunity for fans to come to the national stadium, come to the Montego Bay Sports Complex, get acquainted with the players, know their faces, know their names, and see what their talent and what they're all about. Being able as well to perhaps mingle with the coach and know his style, his rudiments, his demeanor, his posture, and everything of that nature. So that is why it's so important. Christopher Wright says, I like how you explain it because I was listening to another channel and they were saying they don't see the sense having games outside the FIFA window. I said, all FIFA windows have games. Absolutely. All FIFA windows, absolutely. It should be important there. So yes, folks, any questions you have, definitely let me know. Magallanes, avanzo, falsa 3, eliminado, always ready. Gracias por tu información ahora y bienvenidos a Reggae Boyz Commentary, este canal. Gracias. Timur Peterkins, thanks a lot, my friend. No problem at all. The first 15 matches should be used for evaluation and integrating new or fringe ballers. All right, so the first 15 matches in particular carries us up until around the Nations League, October, later this year in the Nations League. So that would take us to Jamaica's 16th match of this calendar year. So I agree that is where it should be done in terms of evaluating and integrating new or fringe ballers. Heading into 2024, where World Cup qualifying begins, March 2024 would be the last sort of opportunity to have that sort of final dress rehearsal in relation to introducing perhaps one or two new faces into the mix ahead of the qualifiers in June of 2024. So I'm fully aligned with that in terms of this calendar year. This is the opportunity because, as Coach Hallgrimsson has said repeatedly, we have less than a year to get a team ready for the qualifiers. And he's right, 150% correct, The senior team will be together for about 7 days before the Mexico game, but they still say we should have squeezed in another game before. You're saying that we should have squeezed another game, and that is your opinion in particular, or are you saying, other people are saying that? The Reggae Boyz' strongest and most passionate fan base is on the island. That's debatable because I was very, very pleasantly surprised of the turnout and also the vibes at Harrison in New Jersey. And I know, the Jamaican diaspora in Florida will have something to say about that. And I'm sure the ones in Boston, Massachusetts will also have something to say about that. And even those in DC as well, if the RFK, if they were to play, back in the day. So it's a debate where that matter is concerned. I'm looking forward to it. Excited times ahead for the Reggae Boyz fans. Yeah, and an opportunity for us to be sagacious minds, in relation to the matter of the match calendar, the requirements, the format, what is needed. 50 matches, folks. And when you look at this, you look at it and you say to yourself, okay, compared to previous times, we're saying that we need friendlies to prepare for the qualifiers. Now, there are competitive games to prepare for World Cup qualifiers. We have Nations League assignments, and the CONCACAF Nations League will already serve as preparation for the World Cup qualifiers. Because, as I said a few minutes ago, some of these very same teams Jamaica will run into in World Cup qualifying. So it is about taking note of those teams from early. Should Jamaica run into Cuba again, Trinidad, Haiti, Curacao, Antigua, Suriname, BVI, USVI, Puerto Rico, You know what I'm saying? So you take the notes from now, because Jamaica could very well face these similar teams in World Cup qualifying. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, very, very straightforward for all of us. Oh, the chat. Okay, understood. Cool. Man of God says, up, Simon. Up, how are you doing? Christopher, the Guatemala still be at Red Bulls. So as it relates to the venue in particular, Christopher, right, it is still something that is, up for conversation. It's likely that Harrison with a Red Bull Arena, it's highly likely that the Red Bull Arena will be used, but it's not 100% over the line just yet. So as it relates to the particular venue, that is still something that has to be confirmed. Patrick Riley says, Audi field, bro, we're waiting. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean in Washington D.C. And you can, the Mercedes Benz fans over in Georgia and Atlanta, they're gonna say, what about the Atlanta Massive? Because the Atlanta Massive with the Jamaican community already is huge, 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 huge. Renil Kelly says, Simon, for the past 5 years, who would be your top 5 best players in the JPL? That, my friend, is a really, really good question. That currently play in the JPL or top 5 players that, still play in the JPL or that have gone on to greater things. Do you think Wisp will make his debut versus Trinidad? Personally, I think so. Simon, can you bring up the screen a bit? Kind of difficult to see the chart. Okay, what I can do is put it on a different screen, Yeah. Yeah, I can do that in particular and show you guys right now. How is that, Mr. Umpire? That should be better. Yeah. Hopefully that's better. Yeah. Okay. Should Ravel or McMaster be called? For me, Ravel Morrison, Justin McMaster, Adrian Mariappa, Dylan Barnes are all opportunities, all grand opportunities. So I would love to see them, would absolutely love to see them. And about the experience of what they can bring based on their experiences overseas to share with the domestic based players. Mariappa, a veteran of the game, played 9 seasons in the Premier League, him nurturing and encouraging centre halves. And you think about the experiences as well that Justin McMaster would have playing in the MLS, speaking to the domestic based players about the experiences he's had in North America as well. And then you think about Ravel Morrison, been there, done that, Manchester United, West Ham, Birmingham City, Derby County, etc., etc., etc. And Dylan Barnes, a goalkeeper that can inculcate into the JPL goalkeepers about everything in relation to their growth, their development, and experiences that he's had as well. Still playing in the JPL. I think Colin Anderson is definitely there. Definitely in that line. Trevante Stewart has done absolutely brilliant. Lamar Walker is there. Fabian Reed has done well. Done really, really well. I'll have to say he's done a fantastic job there. Sean Anglin has also been great. Checking in says, Dre, any weather sports? Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Simon. Much better. Okay, sure, no problem. So, guys, this is a visual representation of exactly what I'm referring to, the 50 games that lies ahead for Jamaica. Again, if Jamaica goes to the final of the Gold Cups and have deep runs in the Copa America, it'll mean 50 games. If Jamaica only plays 3 games in the Copa America, that means 47 games over the next 2.5 years. Yeah, CFAS has been good. Omar Brown says, bless up, Simon. Bless up. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. How are things? Hope you are and your family doing well. So you believe Ricardo Morris is a cut above the rest of the players in the JPL. Yeah, Ricardo Morris locally, he's always shown his worth on the island. I just feel that, the opportunities that he's had overseas, he should have, I think, some of those should have, translated into longer term deals. Like when he was at Tampa Bay in 2014, in Finland and VPS in 2019. I think those were opportunities from that loan deal to convert to a longer term contract. But yeah, Ricardo Morris has done a good job locally. Was also a part of Jamaica's Gold Cup squads 2017 and also 2019 as well. So he's been around. He also traveled as well, when we went to Chile, where Jamaica defeated Chile by 2-1. So he traveled for that journey as well. Ravel is a must for me, says B. Douglas. Yeah, certainly. So yes, guys, this is the next what the next 3 years looks like for CONCACAF, and by extension Jamaica, you could say as well, bearing in mind the tournaments that lies ahead, the competition, the matches, and picture this, folks. Picture this: if Jamaica continues to have friendly matches outside of the FIFA window, we're potentially looking at 60 games, because the General Secretary of the Jamaica Football Federation, Dennis Chung, has said that Coach Haugemson has provided him a dossier in terms of planned friendlies up until 2026. So their plans, and I'm 100% certain that there will be more friendlies outside of the FIFA window as well. So that is something that we can expect. And again, another grand opportunity for the domestic-based players to strut their stuff and be able to test themselves. So certainly a period of time, a moment of time to be embraced, spoken about, highlighted in that line. So I'm happy. I think it's a good moment, and I think it's a great time for those two. For us as Jamaicans, really. Reflect upon, think about, and be absolutely happy with, you know? Poner resultado de la falta de la Copa Libertadores. Sí, entiendo este partido es en Sudamérica, este partido muy fuerte. Hay muchas personas en Jamaica que mirando este partido en Sudamérica, y en Jamaica hay muchas personas que gusta mucho Argentina, Brasil, Uruguay y muchas más. Los países españoles cerca de Jamaica, por ejemplo, Cuba, la República Dominicana, México, Panamá, muy cerca de Jamaica, sí. Y las Islas Vírgenes, muy cerca de Jamaica. So, that's the situation that we have now, folks. That's where we are. This is where we are, folks. Compelling times, eh? But how do you guys feel about it? Are you guys encouraged by what lies ahead? When you process in your brain 50 games over the next 2.5 years, how does that make you feel? Does that get you excited? Well, you honestly should, because it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful journey ahead. So, have you guys gotten your tickets? Get your tickets, go to Montego Bay, and we progress from there. Gracias, mi amigo. Yeah, guys, so if you guys didn't know, I speak English, Spanish, French. I also speak a little bit of Portuguese, but English, French, Spanish, those are the languages I speak fluently. Portuguese, I can understand it. If somebody speaks it to me, I can understand it. And I am also learning Arabic as well. Yeah. Would Martin be able to participate in Copa America? Yes. Yes, they would be. If they were to qualify, yes, they would. Mañana quieren ser el rival falsa 3 de la Copa Libertadores. Mañana quién sería el rival falsa 3 de la Copa Libertadores. Sí, entiendo. Right. Is Ravel match fit and mentally fit right now? Is he match fit? Well, I don't expect 90 minutes, but can he do a job for Jamaica for 60, 70? Absolutely. Devon Smith says yes. Good. Very, very, very good. Very, very good, guys. Really, really appreciate you guys tuning in. I really, really do. So, guys, like I said, information in relation to the squad for the game against Trinidad and Tobago, go right ahead right now and hit the notification bell, because as soon as the squad drops, then you guys will be the first to know about it, okay? So, guys, be fully aware about that. So when the squad drops, you guys will be able to get all the information there. So hit the notification bell so you can get the information of it, okay? Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Go ahead, if you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button. As Dwight Spence says, One more comment before we wrap up. 50 games sounds like history. Hopefully more games now to the tri-state. Where is the Gold Cup honestly going to be in the US? So as relates to the Gold Cup, in April we'll know like the host cities and stuff like that for the particular games, which cities Jamaica will play their games in and so on and so forth. So April 14, that's when you can look out for that, Christopher, right? April 14, all right? Thank you guys. Really, really appreciate you guys tuning in, all right? Garfield Sinclair, what's new player coming in? You will see very, very soon, my friend. But definitely you're going to be very, very excited. Very, very excited by it. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary for more content. Have a pleasant Friday, folks. More content to come later this day. And as well, you know what to do already, to hit the bell so you guys can be the first to know about the upcoming squads for the games ahead. Okay, guys? Cool. This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471.